family, Karen, aka sorry for all the noise. I didn't want to do this while I was driving, but I have been thinking about this all week and I just need to get this video out. Because, as you all know, I am an consider myself an ex-JW, and I've been watching, different people's videos about all the changes that have been going on in the organization. And even though some of the changes I found extremely disconcerting, because those were things that we would have been punished for when I was still in, none of them have disturbed me more than the change I learned about this week. And that is the one that has to do with higher education, as it was called when I was in. As I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos going into my history, that I had the opportunity to actually graduate high school a year early and go to school. And of course I didn't do that, because, the end was right around the corner. Actually, I wasn't even supposed to graduate high school, according to some people, but I did. I had an opportunity, even if I didn't decide to go to college, I had an opportunity to apprentice with a premier special effects and makeup artist in Hollywood. I had that offer, but I also turned that down after being strongly discouraged by one of the elders in my congregation. So lo and behold, now all of a sudden they've changed their stance on education, and now it's okay to get additional education, as they're calling it now. One of my desires when I was getting close to graduating from high school, I wanted to go to college because I wanted to be a lawyer, just because I liked arguing. So I thought that would be a good fit. And to think that, according to this new light, it would have been a personal decision. And all I'm thinking is that if I had exercised my personal decision, maybe I wouldn't be struggling so hard financially now. But because I listened to a bunch of men up in New York talk about how detrimental going to college could be for your spirituality, I am now where I am. Now, of course, I know there's no guarantees. I could have went to college and still been struggling. But just the fact that I could have went and could have bettered my chances at being more comfortable as a 60-year-old, pisses me off. Pisses me the hell off. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually seen the video, but I'm going to keep quiet, calm down a little bit, and I'm going to play the video clip for you with this new change.
Now, for the rest of our update, we're going to talk about secular education. And we'll be speaking primarily to young ones and their parents, although we all can benefit from this information. Many young people are asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? Of course, the best career is a life in full-time service. Even so, full-time servants need to support themselves financially. In some places, it's possible to earn a decent living without getting further education. In other lands, Additional education is required if you hope to find employment that has reasonable hours and that pays fairly well. In such cases, a brother or sister may wonder, should I get additional education? If so, what type? Now, what do we mean by additional education? This refers to any secular education or training beyond the basic education provided by the government. It includes courses offered by universities, colleges, apprenticeships, trade schools, technical schools, vocational training, short courses, and continuing education. Is it appropriate for Christians to pursue additional education? With this update, we'd like to clarify our understanding. While there are dangers involved in pursuing certain forms of education, basically, whether to obtain additional education or not is a matter for personal decision. Carry his own load of responsibility. So, each adult must make his or her own decision on whether to obtain additional education. Parents are also responsible for decisions regarding their child's education, and their guidance can prepare their child to make wise decisions regarding education once he's an adult.
Okay, so you heard that. Yeah. I can't even, it's even hard to speak because I'm so angry right now over this. I'm so angry about this. How many people are in dire situations now because they didn't do what they could to improve their circumstances to be able to take better care of themselves in their latter years. All because they listen to a group of men who swears that God tells them what to do and how to run an organization. And just for any so-called active witnesses who might see this video, because I'm not that popular on YouTube, but just in case, or for new people learning about Jehovah's Witnesses, or to people who might be studying, I am not making this up that they discouraged us from going to school. I'm going to get ready to play a couple more clips that will show you what the attitude was when I was in. And actually, these aren't even as strongly worded as it was when I was in school. And I graduated in 1983. And back in the 80s, it was put a lot stronger how they felt about young witnesses seeking higher education, or additional education as they're calling it now. So just watch these two video clips. One is Stephen Lett, the other one is Tony Morris. I know Tony Morris is not with the governing body now, but he was. He was. And it wasn't like they ever corrected what he said. So just watch these two clips, and I'll be back after.
At the flood, the half-breed children of the demons were killed, and their demon fathers were helpless, couldn't do anything. Could it be, the brother said, that the demons are now trying to get even? They lost their children, they're trying to destroy our children. In the same vein, perhaps we can support the parents in helping these young ones to see the dangers of pursuing higher education in Satan's system. See, often there's great exposure to unscriptural ideas, philosophies, and theory.
We should be that careful about our association inside the congregation The application is even more appropriate when it comes to institutions of secular learning. I have long said, the better the university, the greater the danger. The most intelligent and eloquent professors will be trying to reshape the thinking of your child, and their influence can be tremendous. One mom, I recall, asked me to try and help her son, who was attending a prestigious named university in Rhode Island. After visiting him, I later had to inform her that her son now believed in evolution. She refused to believe it until he finally told her himself. How sad. Thank you, brothers, for sharing that very interesting perspective about the subtle mental conditioning that can transpire when exposed to higher education. Brother Brumley's experience in law school was nearly 30 years ago. Given the spiritual dangers involved, though, the governing body has decided that if we need additional attorneys in the future, we will not expose a member of the Bethel family to the environment of higher education. One brother likened his experience in a university setting to being in a house that is on fire. Spiritually speaking, he said, even if you escape alive, your clothes still smell like smoke. It has an effect on you. Higher education often instills a sense of superiority and self-reliance that is in direct opposition to the Christian personality. Like the smell of smoke on clothes, these traits can be absorbed very quickly and can be very difficult to get rid of once they're part of the fabric of your personality.
So there you have it. Young witnesses of my generation were strongly discouraged from seeking higher education, and many didn't. And they are suffering for it now. Mind you, there are some who never went to college, but, started their own businesses and things like that, and they're doing okay. But not all of us did that. I spent the good part of my youth in kingdom interests. I auxiliary pioneered for a long time. Working on the regional building committee, volunteering at the district conventions, getting up early to make food and all that stuff, or to help out with lunches and cleaning, and that's what I spent my youth doing. When I could have went to school and had put myself in a better position to take better care of myself now that I am in the final third of my life. Wow. All I can say is wow. Because I am so pissed right now that I just don't know what, I thought that I had worked out all this anger that I had towards this organization and how I feel like they stole my life. And it has come back up now. And I am so angry to the fact that my stomach actually feels a little sick. That it is affecting me physically. I'm so angry about this. But I'm going to end it here. What do you guys think? I mean, I would love to hear how other people feel about this change or any of the changes that they've come up with. I'll probably do another video later on about, just my commentary on some of the other changes. But this one has affected so many people that I can even think of in my head. I don't know. I can't even think straight right now. So I'm gonna go. Again, thanks for watching. I know I'm not a big person on YouTube or TikTok yet, but please like, subscribe, And I'm trying to be regular with the videos. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.